Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we're gonna I am going to react first time ever on this channel to Pat Martino, and I've heard Pat Martino before. I've seen some Pat Martino in on YouTube, but I've almost all the time seen him playing a very clean, electric guitar, playing amazingly beautiful arpeggio sequences and just amazing improvisation all across the board. But also it was an older Pat Martino, I think maybe in his late 70s. I know that he has since passed away, unfortunately, but today we're going to dive into a Pat Martino from 1977. So I don't know what that sounds like. Maybe, I don't know, a little bit more distortion, maybe no, because it is like with Pat Metheny, there's evolution, and I've heard some amazing Al Di Meola on electric guitar, but I've also heard some amazing Al Di Meola on acoustic guitar. So I don't know, I think I just have a feeling, that I don't know, maybe it's because it's 70s, the mid 70s, maybe it's not just gonna be acoustic or clean guitar, even though it's an electric guitar, clean channel, improvisation. So let's see. I really don't know, but I'm super excited to check this out, and I know this is going to be good because BMAC requested it. Thank you, BMAC, so much for choosing this tune by Pat Martino. This is from the album called Joyous Lake, and very simple cover, Pat Martino on the cover. And let's check it out. So yeah, this is the title track, Joyous Lake, and this is an epic, almost 8 minutes. So let's see. I don't know if there's vocals on there. I don't know what kind of music. I mean, I know he's a jazz player, but maybe this is more fusion jazz. This is because I've always seen him. I remember one of my guitar teachers was obsessed with Alan Holdsworth, Pat Metheny, and Pat Martino, and the only one I didn't follow that much was Pat Martino, because when I saw him on YouTube, I saw an older gentleman playing, beautiful improvisation, but it was just a little bit too clean at the time for me. So, and even Alan Holdsworth was too weird. Pat Metheny has always kind of like, I love Pat Metheny from the day that I heard him. The first song, I was like hooked, but other guitar players just take a little bit more time, to sink in and stuff like that. I think Al Di Meola was another one. I heard the first track that I ever heard. I was like, I love this guy. And, when it comes to jazz rock players, it's different, of course. But, well, here we go with this take. Thank you so much again for sponsoring this video, BMAC. I appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, if you're a jazz guy, a jazz listener, I hope you enjoy. If you do, please like the video. Maybe subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of stuff me and my wife and I discover on here, and of course she would love to be in all the videos, but we can't. She just doesn't have the time, even though she would love to, but we just have right now at this moment in time not enough time to feature all the videos of us together. And it's also, it's a lot of, I guess, we have explained it quite a lot, but here we go. Thank you, BMAC. Let's check it out. You know that I'm a huge jazz guy, and I just bought a wonderful course, and I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm gonna be applying those licks in my new guitar videos. I'm thinking of releasing more guitar playing and stuff like that, and I don't want to spoil who it is, but I'm gonna try and incorporate these things into my playing without sounding too much like the actual player. But well, that's a different video, I guess. So here we go with Joyous. I hope it's Joyous. I hope that's how you pronounce this. Joyous. Like, here we go, and enjoy, everyone. Here we go. Okay. just about to pause. Wow, this is so different from what I've heard before of Pat Martino. Nothing. This sounds more like, I don't know. I mean, I know BMAC is a huge Emerson, like in Palmer fan, but also Mahavishnu. It sounds a little bit like Mahavishnu Orchestra, that kind of jazz. It's very outside playing, beautiful, like solo here by the keyboard, the electric piano, the Oberheim polyphonic EML 500 by Delmar Brown. What a great solo. This sounded like, Jordan Rudess would have taken a couple of notes, sound wise, the Dream Theater sound he has with Dream Theater, the keyboards he uses. Although, well, we just saw a video yesterday, Alexa and I, and we were just like, wow. I mean, I love this. This is just like, it's like the stuff that I listen to, But, and it's so funny, sometimes when I air piano or air guitar, it's a lot of people are like, oh, I thought this was your first time, but I'm just like, this is what I would like play there. And not that I'm able to play like this, but that's what I would love to play. Like, getting into those arpeggio sections, those really like, 16th notes, kind of solos, that I can't do on the piano, of course, but I would love to play them. And when I hear certain chord progressions in my head, and when I'm kind of like messing around with my air piano, I sometimes kind of like get in the same groove as those players, but just mentally. And that's when people are like, oh, you've heard this before. I mean, I literally one time there was this guy, and I've never played an upright bass, right? And I was like doing like this, like foolishness. And it really, like, it sounded really, it looked like I was like literally like following the guy, the bass. And I was like, I've never heard this before. It's just guessing. I'm just guessing. I'm just like coming up with stuff that I would like to come up with that I can't play. I can't play bass, and I can't play an upright bass, but sometimes it just looks like, it's a funny kind of thing. And how when you're a musician, how, and this happens to us all musicians, we hear something and we kind of know how it's gonna like end, we know where it's going. And because we can kind of feel what next what even with jazz, we know what makes sense, what chords fit, even if it's 10 chords, we kind of know what you can't do. There's still a little bit of rules, even though it's jazz, but it's just like logic. It's just like, it's like harmony and theory, you can't just like go completely berserk. So that's why I kind of like, sometimes when I listen to music, I know where it's gonna go. And with classical music, it's very predictable. So classical music, it's almost like you almost know what's gonna come next because it has to. Otherwise, that was considered like an insult to the music, at that time. And with jazz, it's like, and obviously blues is very predictable, but jazz can be predictable as well sometimes, if it's not super weird out there stuff. So, but yeah, I love the different playing here with the electric guitar. He still has a very clean sound, I must say. And I love the drumming, the bass, beautiful bass. Mark Leonard on bass, and Pat is playing the guitar. He is also using a synthesizer, a EML 101 synthesizer, and the percussion. And we have Kenwood Denard on drums and percussion. So yeah, very cool. I'm kind of bummed that a lot of these albums get rated by AllMusic and the Rolling Stone, because they always rate jazz albums very low because, oh, it's just acrobatics. I hate that, because really, do you actually know what's going on? Like Rolling Stone reviewer, did you actually study jazz? That's what I kind of like don't like about these reviews, because there's like, oh yeah, the guitar wizardry is amazing, but it doesn't say anything. Like I don't like those. They're because they always add these review scores on Wikipedia, and they're always like 1 star, 2 stars, because these reviewers, like, they're so, they're such amazing musicians. All right, so let's keep going with this. Wonderful, by the way, I love it. Sounds so ELP. The theme. Interesting theme throughout, and I like that. I like the backing, like the but yeah, it had like this, like Emerson, Lake and Palmer sometimes has this very, it almost sounds like music from the Dark Ages, like da 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 da, like that, But in this song, sounded very like of that era, so it reminds me of course, a little bit of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, because they did use that in some. I haven't listened to everything, just what you guys have showed us, and then a little bit here and there. We're just trying to. Again, we always talk about it. It's the curse of a reaction channel that. Which we've kind of like, sometimes we just let it go. We're just like, hey, I'm just gonna listen to the full album. I can't wait anymore. But sometimes we do kind of like we take a step back and we wait. Maybe they're gonna request it, And but something like this, jazz unfortunately is not very, popular on the channel yet. But who knows? But this was very, very interesting. It was just, I know it's not for everyone. I loved it. I could listen to this in the car while sitting, reading, doing something. And a lot of people would find this, I don't know, maybe it's not for them. It's because there's no singing. It's bizarre improvisation, which I love. And then there's a theme, and then sometimes it's just music that people don't really understand. I think this was great. It was a nice reintroduction to Pat Martino, and it's not like what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more the like the way when I click on Pat Martino and I see Rick Beato, the GOAT, that he just interviewed, Rick Wakeman, by the way. What a legend, I'm so happy for him that he tried to get into the music business as a musician, then as a producer, and now he is basically the person that's like saving music, like at least classic rock and prog and jazz, and he's the person that's most involved into, and he's getting to talk to all these legends, and it's so good for him. He deserves it, honestly. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, BMAC. I loved it. I do want to listen to more. I want to see how. I know they're all very long, these songs, but what would you recommend next? And maybe I can show some to Alexa, maybe some live footage. Let me know what you think. And but yeah, I would love to do a little bit more. Thank you so much, BMAC. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Like the video. Maybe subscribe, like I said. Thank you, and I'll see you all in the next one.